Hey there, what's going on, everyone? This is Sue, the Newbies Guru. I wanted to share with you 3 ways to help you overcome your fears. And this was a topic of discussion that we had in our group. You know, we have our conference calls, and we were talking about just overcoming fear. And these were the main 3 points that we came up with. And you know, I wanted to share that with you because I think it's very powerful. And this is something that a lot of people kind of, take for granted, and they don't apply in their life and in their business. So I wanted to give that to you to help you out as well, okay? So fear, what is fear really? You know, I mean, we all know what fear is, of course. You know, I heard from somewhere that fear is false evidence appearing real. And what that means to me is basically, is that we have a certain expectation for how things will turn out. And when it comes to, being afraid of something or being fearful of doing something, it's a lot of times it's a false expectation. We think that it's going to turn out bad, or we think it's going to go, the worst case scenario, right? But, once we get to doing it, we find out that, wow, my expectations were really off. And that's really how you got to look at it. Fear is, it's a false expectation, because if people are doing it already before you and they're successful, then obviously it works, whatever the case may be. And, it's something that is doable. It is possible, right? And that leads me to the first way to overcome fear. And this was something that was expressed by my mentor. He shared this, and he said, the first way, one of the ways to overcome your fears is to just look to someone who has already accomplished that, or someone who has already done that, maybe a mentor or a coach or something, and see what they're doing. Look to them and model after them, and that will give you, it gives you a number of things. One of the things that it will give you is, it will give you some type of guidance, right? Some kind of benchmark to follow, because, as you know, success leaves clues. If someone's done it successfully, they followed a certain recipe, a certain, method of operation to get to that success level, right? So if you're afraid of doing something, let's say that you're afraid of public speaking, the people that you look up to who are great presenters, they did not start off as great presenters. They did certain things to get to that level. So what you would want to do is look to them, model after them, and see what they're doing, at that level already. See what their posture is. See their confidence level. See their preparation. These are the things that will help you overcome your fear, because it's going to also give you confidence. And one of the other things that I think will really help when you look at successful people and you model after them, it gives you kind of a hope and inspiration that you too can be doing that as well. So that's one thing, is to look for people who are doing it and model after them. Look for coach, look for mentors, right? Look to them, I mean. The second way is to look at your mindset, right, and reframe the situation, just like we were talking about earlier about fear being a false expectation. And a lot of times that's what it is. That's the first thing that really holds you back, is your mentality and the way you think about that situation. So if you frame it, if you reframe it and make it ask yourself a different question and approach it at a different angle, then it will be a little bit easier for you. So for example, let's say that you're a single guy or a single gal, and you're really, well, let's just say guys, right? Let's say, you're a single guy and you see a pretty girl, and you really want to approach her, but something inside of you, the butterflies, the anxiety, the nervousness, or whatever, it always gets to you, and you just can't approach that person, right? If you look at it from a different angle and just reframe it and say, maybe, instead of thinking, oh man, how am I going to do this? Think of a way to reframe it and say, what can I learn, if I just approach her, and maybe I'm going to look, you know, stupid or whatever, but I'm gonna have that experience. So if you approach it from a different angle, as far as in your mindset, you frame it a different way, you know, and this might not be the best example or whatever, but I mean, you get the idea, right? You just need to reframe your question that you're asking yourself, the dialogue that's going on in your head. You have to reframe it so that it'll give you a little bit more confidence, and it will give you a different approach to attack that task or whatever the case may be. And the third way of overcoming your fear is simply just by doing it. You know, action solves a lot of fear issues, right? So if you're afraid of going down that big water slide or whatever, you just go out and do it. You know, you just get out there and just take massive action. And sometimes that action is not massive, right? Maybe it's just a small baby step, you know. So for example, one of the things that I was, you know, like really afraid of doing, you know, that I was not afraid, but kind of uncomfortable and not too sure of, was making videos like this. You know, I've always been kind of, you know, like scared of public speaking and stuff, but I've always wanted to become a better, you know, communicator. And one of the things that one of my mentors, you know, suggested was, hey, if you want to become a good communicator, you have to be comfortable with giving speeches. And if you don't want to be giving public speeches because you're still not comfortable with speaking in front of audiences, make videos. You know, shoot a video giving tips and giving ideas and stuff, and put it out there. When you make a video and you're just speaking to the camera itself, you really do improve your communication skills. You know, I mean, after a while you start to get, you know, comfortable, and it becomes more natural. I remember when I first made my very first video, man, I was like really nervous. My face was stiff and stuff, but you know, I knew that was something that I needed to do to break through to the next level of, you know, my communication. Of course, I'm still learning and I'm still improving on my communication skills, but you know, I've seen myself grow and develop, especially on camera. So that's the point, is you just got to do it. Whatever that fear is, just take action, and just don't worry about being perfect. Don't be afraid about what people are gonna think and stuff, because you know, you're not gonna be good right from the start. But the more you do it, the more you discipline yourself and allow yourself to come against that resistance, right? That fear, and the more you push at it, the closer you are at getting your breakthrough. And eventually you will have your breakthrough, and that's when, you know, the confidence and all these other great things follow. Okay, so those are the 3 ways to help you overcome your fear. The first one, look to role models and guidance and coaches and stuff for direction. The second one is reframing your approach, reframing the dialogue that's in your head. And the third one is just taking action, whether it's a small action or just taking massive action. But those are the 3 great ways to overcome fear. So I hope you guys found some value in this video. Let me know what you think. Write it in the comment section below. And let me ask you as well, you know, besides these 3 ways, what other way do you have to help you overcome your fear? So what other approaches do you have to help you overcome your fear? Put that in the comment section below so we can all, you know, have a discussion about it. And until next time, guys, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Okay, peace.